Welcome to the Laser Therapy Institute weekly podcast, the world's first podcast about medical laser therapy for healthcare providers. Each week we discuss the latest research, interviews with experts, and how laser therapy can enhance your practice. Now here is the founder of LTI and your host, Dr. Jason Roundtree.
Hello, and thanks again for joining us this week on the Laser Therapy Institute weekly podcast. My name is Dr. Jason Roundtree, and we're here today taking a little bit of a break from research to talk more about implementing laser therapy in your practice. And that is always a difficult step for most doctors once they add any new modality in, but one that is complex like laser therapy that has many layers can be even more difficult to communicate to patients what exactly the technique and the therapy is supposed to do and how it works. And that makes it much more difficult to then talk to your patients about it and convince them that it's a good part and an important part of their care plan. So I'm here today with Jay. He's our client relations manager, and this was really his brainchild. He's been able to start putting this together, and we've got a really great downloadable ebook that we're talking about today. So Jay, thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
Jay, this is pretty great because we really focus a lot of our product creation around the questions that we get. And a lot of the questions that we get are, well, how do I get more patients doing laser therapy? Right now, I'll have a couple of treatments that patients get, but then, I'm not really sure how many they need, and then I'm not really sure what to tell them about why they need more. And so I'm just not really seeing as much production, as much return on investment on this laser unit as I'd want. So what were your thoughts when you went into addressing kind of those concerns?
Well, like you said, we have received a lot of input from providers that they have difficulty selling their laser therapy treatment plans to patients because the patients don't recognize the value in laser therapy. So they're not buying into the treatment plan. And of course, here at the clinic that I work in, I've seen Dr. Roundtree talk to patients about laser therapy and what it does for them. And over the past couple of years of seeing that, whether it be at the front desk or as a laser technician or with bracing patients or in the rehabilitation exercises of patients, they all have different questions throughout the stages of their treatment plan. And to see those questions addressed by Dr. Roundtree and the other medical providers here has directed this ebook to answer those questions for the patients.
Yeah, we do a lot of laser. We have a lot of laser therapy done, of course, in the clinic here. And being able to see those needs at the different stages is a really good point. It's not just your new patients on that first day that you need to talk to about what you want to do with them, with adding laser as part of a care plan. It's the existing patients that come in with a new injury. It's the patients who are on their 6th or 7th or 12th visit of laser that go, well, hold on, how does this work for this condition? And so being able to know that those questions are going to come up and know how to address them, how to, sufficiently answer those questions will instill a lot of confidence in your patients as they move through a care plan.
And of course, we want the patients to buy in because we know that laser works. So we want them to have the confidence that we do in laser therapy. And our medical providers and our laser technicians here have so much excitement whenever there's a breakthrough in a treatment plan. And that's what we want from our patients, is to have that excitement to pursue this modality that will help achieve their health goals.
Yeah, and that's a good one too. That's what we want for our LTI clients. We want our client clinics, our member clinics, to be able to benefit from what we're able to do so they can continue to do more and more laser therapy. So let's talk real quick about some of the factors for being successful with laser therapy. There are several that you want to have nailed down if you're going to try and be a successful laser therapy clinic. Number one is good equipment. If you don't have the right equipment, then you're crippling yourself before you even get started. There are so many different laser units out there that getting the right one can be kind of challenging, kind of difficult. So if you're looking for some help in finding good equipment, that's another thing that LTI can do, is help you get that set up correctly. The next one is protocols. If you don't have protocols and telling a patient how many treatments they're going to need, how frequently they need to come in, that can be more difficult, and it adds a layer of uncertainty that makes it less likely your patient's going to buy in to this treatment plan that you're talking to them about. The next one is settings. If you have good laser settings, they work very predictably. You can tell the patient, here's what you're going to notice after this. if you don't have your settings, your laser therapy settings really nailed down, then that is going to be another point of uncertainty. The more points of uncertainty that you have, like, is my equipment really the best? Do I have the right protocols? Am I on the right track here? Am I using settings that I know work? Each one of those diminishes the confidence that you can communicate with. Now, if you've got all that nailed down, the next one is training your staff to also be competent in delivering laser therapy. Now, staff training is a really important one, because if your staff at the front desk even don't know how to explain what laser therapy is, then when they get that phone call that says, "Oh, hey, I saw you do laser therapy, does that work?" They're going to say, sure, yeah, that's great. But if they know more about it, they're going to be able to say, yeah, absolutely. Laser therapy has been shown to work for a lot of different conditions. Let's get you on the schedule. Or if you're laser tech, your medical assistant, whoever you've got running the laser, they're trapped in the room with that patient for several minutes, and oftentimes they'll deal with questions about, well, why do you treat this way? Or why is this treatment 4 minutes instead of 3 minutes? Or why are the settings different this time? Why is the power different? Why are you treating this left knee before my right knee? There's lots of things. And so the more that your staff can comprehend the basics of laser therapy, the more you can help them with that, the more confidence they can then impart to the patient as they move throughout that treatment plan.
Yeah, all those points are really important when it comes for the patients to buy into laser therapy treatment plans. Whether it be the equipment or the protocols or the settings or the training for the staff, they all boost the patient's confidence. And whenever they have that confidence on every level, they are able to be confident in the whole treatment plan itself. When it comes to selling anything, it's all about fairness and expectations. And if the expectations are there ahead of time and the patients realize what they're getting and they think it's a fair deal ahead of time, there's no uncertainty going into it. There's nothing that comes up in the middle of the treatment plan that they then question because it wasn't clear ahead of time. If that can be diminished, then you'll be able to have a lot more patients be satisfied in their treatment plans because you gave them that confidence ahead of time.
Yeah, the factors that you need to have in place, that's just the beginning, right? Because if you can't sell a treatment plan to a patient, or if you are not confident selling that treatment plan, then your buy-in rate will be very low. And you'll be frustrated. Your patient's results will be less because they're not getting the treatment that you're recommending. So the sales piece of this is really important. At the same time, none of us like to sell. Nobody likes to sell anything. What we want to really do is encourage this confidence in your abilities and the ability of laser therapy to help this patient, because if you can do that, you don't have as much sales as you do education.
Yeah, I think education is the key point here. If patients feel educated in this somewhat new treatment modality, one that they may not have heard of before, if they can feel confident in what they do know about it, it will increase their likelihood of buying into the treatment plan. And of course, there have been studies done where when they have that buy-in, they often will have better results than those who are skeptical in the first place.
Okay, so once we've got all those pieces in place, that's where your ebook can really come into play. So Jay, tell us a little bit about the ebook and what providers are going to find here.
So the goal of this ebook is to have a good resource for providers as they talk to their patients about laser therapy. There are 6 talking points that we address so that there are only a few topics to remember, but they cover pretty much all the expectations patients will want to have. So talking point 1 is basically about the simple expectations that oftentimes get overlooked, like the light does the work and not the heat.
Oftentimes in laser therapy and light therapies, there's a lot of warmth that is produced by the device, and it is important that the patients understand that heat is not what we're going for here. Heat is very easy to get. Throw a rice bag in the microwave, you've got heat. That's not what we're looking at here. What we're looking for here is delivering light to the tissues that then can go on and have that good biochemical effect at the cellular level.
Yeah, and that's another topic we mention in the ebook, as well as talking point number 4, which addresses what else goes along with laser therapy, because we know laser therapy is very effective with other treatment modalities.
Yeah, and most people that are doing laser therapy, most clinicians that are delivering laser therapy are doing laser in addition to their other treatments that they render there in the clinic. So knowing how to implement that, knowing that laser therapy can blend with those treatments is an important step here too.
Yeah, whether it be nutrition or how much exercise the patient should be getting while receiving laser therapy, how much rest they should be getting during it, all of this is going to educate the patient so they have more confidence in their laser therapy treatment plan.
All right, so we won't spend any more time discussing the ebook. You can get it for free right now. Check the show notes. There's a link there. You can follow that link, download this right away, read through it, see what you think. Did we miss something? Should we get more into detail on any of these topics? Let us know. We want your feedback, but we think this will be a really good resource for you, for your associate doctors, for the rest of the staff in the clinic even. This could be very useful. Okay, beyond this free ebook though too, if you want to learn more, go to the website lasertherapyinstitute.org or email us info@lasertherapyinstitute.org. We'd love to talk with you about laser and about what we do. But right now, head to the show notes, click that link, download your free ebook, and then we'll talk to you here next week.
Subscribe now to keep learning about the growing field of laser therapy. Check out our patient-focused podcast, Healing at the Speed of Light, a great resource for your patients. For massive practice growth and improved patient outcomes, become a certified Laser Therapy Institute clinic. Learn how at lasertherapyinstitute.org.